Leo, welcome to your in-depth reading for yours and theirs. Like always, we're going to put down the baseline for you, your person, the situation, and then clarify, and then put down oracles towards the end, yeah? And once more, your person does not have to be significant other, spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, or lover type situation. It's whomever fits that dynamic or it doesn't. So take what resonates, leave what does not, and reverse energies as you need to, as these are general collective readings, not one-to-one private. More so with yours and theirs, you know, as energy exchange. And interchange is real, rapid, and fluid. What's going on, please, for Leo? What's going on, please, for Leo? What's going on, please? For Leo, show me Leo, show me Leo, show me Leo, show me Leo. What's going on? What's going on, please? The Lovers. Kind of nullifies the opening, doesn't it? Doesn't always have to be. You know, sometimes these strong connections do prove to be other things. But we'll see. Wow, look at you. You're so beautiful here. Look at that. The Lovers, 8 of Wands, the 9 of Cups. I see you communicating with somebody of importance relatively soon, and it feels really good. It feels really good. Temperance, the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands. Someone is showing me a certain level of healing in this situation. There is active movement surrounding this person. They are doing a compromised pace, as far as I can tell. They're showing me a compromised pace, pace between the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands. Temperance is in there. It's kind of like, yeah, I want to put energy into this, but not too fast. There's a certain need here in the recognition to go at a particular pace. But the idea is temperance. This person's telling me they want to. Okay, it's within their energy, and again, temperance is really coming from within. So that means, in terms of reconciling our difficult waters within ourselves, and these are very tumultuous feelings. They're not, well, I just feel bad today, and you know, a little treat will make me feel better. It's not quite like that. So this person's done some very intense inner work about the back and forth, about what's right for them in regards to this connection, how they feel, and they came out with a kind of system that says yes. Yes, I would like to move things forward, and I have real energy behind it. I do, but somewhere between my real energy and my having worked on things, I have kind of concluded that this situation, whatever it is, needs a particular pace. So they're showing me patience and compassion for themselves and possibly for the situation. You seem to be very open. Let's see, the King of Pentacles here, strength. The Hierophant, wow, 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 wow. That's 2 dominants right there, fixed signs. You might have some very prominent Taurus as well as Leo in your chart. King of Pentacles too. That's a really strong sense of, I got this. You know, I feel strong. I'm capable. No doubt you are. I'm committed. My mind is focused in a particular direction that says it's structured and it's ready to assume a particular responsibility. So there's a heavy sense of responsibility, obligation, commitment to the action, strength behind it. So that's wow, that's quite a bit. I don't know it's necessarily straight down the line to you. It's supposed to be shared, so I have no doubt that between the two of you, you're showing me these aspects. Okay? Overview, 6 of Swords. Having moved on, that's always interesting. In the general overview and then also in the opening line, whenever I see the 6 of Swords, I'm immediately curious on many, many levels for many, many reasons. So let's see what it is that you have left behind or that you are entering to peacefully, calmly, or at least with the mental assignment of shifting in a particular direction. I typically refer to the 6 of Swords as a mental sigh of relief. Okay, I've moved in this particular direction. What led up to it might have been tumultuous, difficult, anxiety-filled, dread-filled. But the peaceful acceptance mentally of regardless, this is the direction I got to move in. I may not be over the moon about it, but at least I'm resolved. Okay, so the 6 of Swords can often provoke a sense of mental neutrality towards a situation. I am neither happy nor am I devastated. It's the recognition of move it on. Okay, let's see that 6 of Swords, please. Let us see, let us see, let us see. What are you mentally moving on from or mentally moving forward to? Calmly. Let's see that 6 of Swords. Let's see that 6 of Swords. Very interesting reading today. A lot of beautiful, powerful components here. I don't know if you can see that. I mean, you know, just for your side alone, it's quite lovely. There's that communication. So I often see the Lovers but it's typically left in the spiritual and emotional realm. You're showing me activity surrounding it. They're returning it. Okay. It's lovely. And between the two of you, you got a powerhouse of energies here. We got strong wills too. Oh yes. We got a strong sense of will here, and somebody has a very strong sense of, this is me, this is who I am. Lovely. And Six of Swords. So let's get back to that. I just wanted to take a minute to showcase those because it's beautiful stuff here. Okay. Let's see that Six of Swords. Let's see that Six of Swords. Let's see that Six of Swords. The Ten of Swords. You've moved away from an ending. The Hermit. You took your time to heal and oh, you're reflecting on an ending. Oh, you're reflecting on it. That's why the Eight of Wands is coming through. Oh, you're reflecting on an ending. You've come to terms with it. You're at peace with it. You've been healing from it. With the Hermit and the Ten of Swords, you might have some Virgo in your chart. Well, you got all the Earth here today except Cappy. Ten of Swords, the Hermit, the Eight of Wands. We've been healing. So that's what it is. You've been reflecting on communication. Past communication and action. They're both here. You've done a job. You've done some work on yourself. I see you massively accepting communication and actions of the past that hurt or were hurtful, possibly even prompted an ending, and it's kind of like saying, I'm over it. I've thought about it. I've thought about it, I'm over it. I've learned what I needed to learn. It's heavy reflection. The situation that you said, okay, I can mentally let this go. I've learned what I need to learn. The idea is, what do I do next? That communication, whatever it was, the last form of communication or action you've taken in this connection, it was not easy. Not at all. But it did put you, or prompt you, I should say, into a place of learning about yourself. And that's the best kind of learning. It is. Whatever the situation was, bare minimum, it gave you a great deal to reflect on about yourself, the situation. And while it might have been exceedingly difficult, possibly painful, and maybe even angry, you have a cool-off factor in you that when time passes, you can kind of look at things easily with kind of a pure state of reflection, and that's beautiful. It's admirable. You learned a lot from it. That's what you're saying. You learned a lot about yourself and experience. So it's put you into the state of not only accepting what happened prior, but now you are in a position to move on from it. You really looked at it comprehensively. About yourself, the connection. Okay. Good job. Good job. I like this. I don't know how much time has passed, but I feel like it's far enough that you're showing me the drifting element. Okay. And the Hermit, as we know, is not known for being rushed. That last bit of communication and interaction in this doesn't sting nearly as much as it used to. And it did, like I said, it taught you a lot. All right. Okay. Let's do it. Let's talk about it. Show me what's up, honey. Show me the lovers. Show me the lovers. Show me the lovers, please. Show me that lovers energy for Leo. You know, I like this a lot. I really do, because it's very calm. It's very reflective. Like I said, you're a Leo who's shown me some very strong cooling off elements. Leo may not be, could be a rising. Maybe your moon. And the reason I say that is because you're showing me such a heavy sense of rooted energy, strong sense of practicality, heavy earthbound energy, and the wisdom to kind of look back on the pathway in a comprehensive manner, see how it all relates to you. It's just very interesting. You have a heavy influences in your chart, I can tell. Let's see the lovers, please. Show me the lovers. Show me the lovers, please. Show me the lovers. Show me the lovers. I always admire diversified birth charts because I do not have one. Mine is not diversified at all. It's heavily concentrated, which is fine with me. I'm used to it, but obviously I hear the phrase, you're very intense a lot. So it's that heavy saturation. When you have a diversified birth chart, it shows, and I see different power aspects in people, different elements come into play. It's beautiful. Queen of Swords, the Six of Pentacles, the Page of Wands. Okay, you're showing me determination in a very small way. I've been seeing this for a couple of folks, and I'd say bravo to all of you. In a very realistic way, there is the acknowledgement here with the Queen of Swords. Okay, King, Queen of Swords, they like to acknowledge things. They like things down in the books. This is information. I got this. These are the facts as I understand it. Just the facts here, Christina. And you are looking at something in the 3D world in its terms of potential. Page of Wands, opening up towards it in a constructive way. Six of Pentacles, the concept of realistic balance and reality. The Queen of Swords is looking at this. She's liking this. She's saying more or less, I'm open to it. But it's a strong connection. But you're showing me the willingness. Let's keep it here. We'll keep it focused, to the point. It has structure. It has rigidity. Rules. But I'm open to it, nevertheless. Page of Wands. Okay. I gotta say, you and a couple of folks have been showing me this very practical approach to a strong connection after a period of reflection. What to do with it. Let's take a look. Let's see that Eight of Wands. Let's see if that communication's improved. Let's see that Eight of Wands. Not just for you, obviously. You learned a lot from it. Like I said, you're not angry with it. I'm not saying you weren't angry with it once upon a time, but I'm saying the Leo I'm looking at, you're not angry with it anymore. See what I'm saying? That's the difference between communication that's hot off the press and it hurts and it's painful and it's damaging to time has passed. And I can kind of see what led up to it now. That's where you are. So if any Leo who's and you're bristling at this, you're not in that place yet. Or maybe you don't need to be. Maybe this reading isn't for you. You know? So again, pretty early markers right away if this is you or not. Okay? Let's see that Eight of Wands. Let's see that Eight of Wands, please. Show me the Eight of Wands. Show me the Eight of Wands. Let's see that Eight of Wands. Let's put it this way. If you roared at this at any time, that roar was in the past. Okay? You've since cooled off. You've had time to think. Nice of Wands. The King of Swords. The Six of Wands. Okay. Your energy just took a huge spike upwards. And it is positive spiking. It's so much so that you're trying to keep it in check. So you got a response, boo-boo. You got a response. Good for you. Good for you. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay. Okay. Here it is. All right. Here it is. Practical approach to this. I'm opening up towards the balance in this in the 3D. I got you talking. That communication is now positive. Wow. So... wow, okay, and you have some heavy, like I said, you're looking very diversified. You're showing me heavy earth, you're showing me heavy air. Somewhere in between the two is you. Okay, but yeah, no, it's beautiful. The Knights of Wands, the King of Swords, and the Six of Wands. You are elated, to put it simply. You are simply elated, my dear. Elated, but... okay, King of Swords is like, I do feel good about this. I'm going to keep it cool, though. Control. Level-headed. So we got a good response from this. We did. You are elated, but also it's like, keep it in check, Leo. Keep it in check. Keep it in check. Keep it in check. That's a hell of an energy spike, honey. For you, not surprised to see the Knight of Wands and the Six of Wands. For you, you know, no, that's your fire energy right there. But again, the level-headedness here, keep it cool. So we're engaging with this. It's rather rapid. In terms of communication, bare minimum. It is back and forth. It's a rapid exchange. So, I like this. I do. It's feeling good. It's feeling pretty good. It's feeling pretty good. Let's see that Nine of Cups, please. Show me that Nine of Cups. Show me that Nine of Cups. Let's see that Nine of Cups, please. Show me that Nine of Cups. Let's see that Nine of Cups for you. Let's see that Nine of Cups. I'm not saying you're perfect, but I am saying what looks like a rapid uptick because you got a good response. It puts you into a place of confidence almost immediately, but you're not letting it get to your head. No, no, no. No, no, no. Yeah. Five of Wands, the Ace of Swords, the King of Wands. Okay, okay. Okay, so the Nine of Cups here. Yes, we're showing a resistance here to the truth. It's looking like we're working out the kinks of any sort of pre-existing arguments and or frustrations as you last understood it. But as again, the more we approach this, your confidence just continues to rise, and there you actually are with the King of Wands. So it is going well. All right. Your modality switching is really interesting. I said you look very diversified to me. The way you switch is pretty interesting. It's looking like you're turning your back to any old arguments because truth has been recognized, acknowledged, the truth will out. So there is some sort of frustration in you that is dying, okay, as we come to terms with a particular truth. And it may not be the easiest of one, but it is honest. And we are feeling pretty damn gratified. Not because you're not just, it's not just because you're getting a response from a them or a they. Let's get that off the table. I'm very happy for you. I am, because you had a very careful approach to this based on the old communication that didn't work out. For some reason, you're saying you're over it, you learned from it. You're applying what you learned over here beautifully. I love this. Your practical approach, don't let it get, just don't take it to a weird place. This is what I've learned. Practical, determined, energy spikes, don't let it get out of hand. And whatever this is, that frustration's been cut. It's been cut. It's like the truth in some way feels like it has set you free. So whatever that truth is to you. But it has nullified any old arguments that were pre-existing. The frustration that was in you is gone. And it seems like the frustration for whatever is in this situation is also exited. Okay. And what's left is a sense of self-gratification. But you love yourself. You're showing me that you love yourself, that you did this, and it was a bit of a struggle, but now you can let it go. So whatever that argument is, wherever it is you might have resisted a truth, your truth, their truth, the truth of the situation, wherever there was resistance around that truth, it gets cut, and then look at you rise even more. So, you feel good. You feel very satisfied with you, that this doesn't seem to be an issue anymore. Whatever was withheld, we cut that withholding away, the resistance of it. You're relaxed. You're very relaxed. Good. All right, let's check this energy out, yeah? Comprehensive healing. You showed me that. They're showing me that. Theirs was an internal structure. Yours was looking back at the path via experience, okay, of this situation. Okay. I'm anxious to see what this person has learned. Let's get going. Show me that temperance, please. Show me temperance, show me temperance, show me temperance. Show me temperance, show me temperance, show me temperance. Show me temperance, please. Show me temperance, show me temperance. Show me temperance, please. Oh, and just want to take a note. I'm sorry, I meant to mention this earlier. If my energy's a little down or I'm yawning, things like that, I'm having to obviously film more at one period in time. That way I can have Thanksgiving off. So for those of you who don't do Thanksgiving, it's an American holiday. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of hosting. And I am hosting this year. It's small, though. It's a small host this year, so it's not, but still, the idea is you want time off, and you need at least 3 or 4 days off. So, in other words, we're doing a lot of work so that all the messages can get out on time. So, that's why. Okay, I'm here. My sincerity's here. But yeah, we be yawning a little bit. All right, justice, sense of balance, 7 of Wands, the 6 of Swords. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Okay, 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 okay. This person on their own time and in their own way. So you reflected on that 6 of Swords then. That was them. So that was them. Okay. At some point they drifted away from you or exited from you, and that's what you were recovering from. Okay. The ending of the communication and or action between you two. You say you've looked and reflected at it. You get it. You say you get it. You say you get it. You're not saying you're right. I'm not saying they're right, and you're not saying they're right. What you're saying is that you learned from it. Okay, there's no, we got to drop this weird ego shit about who's right and wrong. Sometimes it's a very clear division, and sometimes there's what I needed to learn, and there's what you needed to learn. That means there are both rights and they're both wrongs. Okay. So this person's showing me that Six of Swords. Okay, and we're kind of adamant about it. Possibly a little rough around those particular exits. Possibly a little rough on that exit. The insistence of it, perhaps the bruteness of it, blockage of it, standing up for it. But they did say it was right for them. Perhaps they felt it was their karmic due or something that they had to enforce. That doesn't mean they were happy about it. But they also said it was correct whether I like it or not. Whether you like it or not, whether I like it or not, it's still correct at the end of the day. And this is something that they had to consolidate themselves towards. It had nothing to do with you. You had your bit. They had their bit. This is their bit. They're saying that this is something karmically they had to do and stand up for. Again, regardless of how you felt about it, they felt about it, or the situation. So when I see something like this, it might be rough. But the Leo look I'm looking at says, I get it. I get it. This person's saying I had to do it, and you're like, I get it. Okay? Another one of you is thrilled about it. So this is something they had to consolidate themselves towards. Okay? Coming to terms with it, coming to peace with it, and showing themselves compassion for a decision they had to make. You know, it might have been a little rough, like I said, but I ultimately don't disagree with the energy behind it. They said it was the right thing to do. Okay? And there's that price to pay, guys. When we exit consciously or somebody else exits consciously, you still have to deal with it. You still have to deal with it in some way. Be you the person who exited or you were on the receiving end of it, it doesn't matter. There's responsibility on both sides to understand why. Okay? So it's not about who evoked or caused more pain. You know, from their point of view, you might have been the pain provoker, so they had to exit it. From your point of view, they were the pain provoker. What, you see what I'm saying? So we got to leave that tit for tat shit aside and just concentrate on this is what happened, as we both understand it. That's my bit. This is their bit. Okay? The point is that I'm saying both of you learn your bits. And there's a sense of cooperation here to possibly put your two bits together and see what the hell happened. Yeah? Let's see that Knight of Pentacles, please. Let's see that Knight of Pentacles. Let's see that Knight of Pentacles. Let's see that Knight of Pentacles. Let's see that Knight of Pentacles, please. Let's see that Knight of Pentacles. Although, this Thanksgiving kind of puts me in mind about why the past 2 years I've had alternative Thanksgivings. If you've ever had one of those, you know what I'm talking about. And you're like, yeah. That's where you go somewhere else. You don't go to someone else's house for Thanksgiving, a family member. No, you completely opt out of it and you do something else altogether. And I've had 2 back-to-back alternative Thanksgiving. I'm not going to lie. I enjoyed it a lot. And I'm kind of like, maybe I should have did that for a 3rd year. Because now I remember why. I remember why. Okay, the 4 of Cups, the 7 of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune. Slowly over time, they're saying that this person has kind of come out of their sense of unhappiness about the situation. The sadness, the upsetness, and it grew over a period of time. This is something that they have begun to understand or still trying to understand or still trying to learn. But yeah, a lot of time is attached to this person in terms of their own particular sense of development. They've been unhappy in this in a long time, and if they were being honest with themselves, they had been for a long time. So when I'm saying that they had to stand up for their exit and insist upon it, and perhaps they were a bit rough, where they're coming from suggests that they were overdue to do this. And again, I told you already, as far as I could tell, they really thought or felt or understood that this situation was on them. It was on their dime. It was on their tab to exit this. They really felt it was their karmic responsibility. And having looked at how unhappy they were in this situation, again, over time, it was kind of like that's what they concluded. It's what they concluded. They had to work on this. They had to look at this, take ownership of it, because there's a strong sense of ownership here. They're like, I'm not happy about the exit, but I do have to enforce it, and I feel like it's something that's on me to do it. Otherwise, it's just going to keep going on like this. That's what that is. Knight of Pentacles, Four of Cups, as we know, I call it the emotional jerk circle. It just goes round and round and round. It's a closed circuit of bullshit. And if nothing intercedes it, such as suggest the Seven of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune, it will just continue on in this way. So again, this person's just telling me I would have stayed stuck in this, and so would have you. You know, this bad feeling of non-growth and no movement, and it has nowhere to go. It's aimless. Here, the Knight of Pentacles, unfortunately, is the aimless wanderer. There's no direction tied to this. Okay, there's no commitment to growth, emotionally or otherwise. Yeah, so, again, they kind of took responsibility for this. They did put the ending on their tab, as I can best see it, you know. Let's see that Knight of Wands. So if we must do an ending, guys, take ownership of it. Right? It's not enough to say, I'm unhappy. You have to be like, I'm unhappy over a long period of time, and I participated in that. I participated in that. I own that shit. This lack of growth between us, that's on me too. That's ownership. Alright, let's see that Knight of Wands. 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 I'm just getting the reflection from them. You're showing me present-oriented action and what it is you are feeling to do. They're showing me retrospectively where they have been, out of context to you. Alright. Oh, the Tower, the Chariot. Yeah, the Five of Swords. You know, it's not the easiest of energies to understand. But they are showing me a certain enthusiasm to move forward in the absence of no false pretenses. No false pretenses of movement or emotional attachment. They seem to be very adamant about this. They are excited to connect with you so long as there has been radical change in the sense of movement. Because here we have, like I said, the aimless wanderer right here. And that's why they had to force or insist upon the exit. That's why they're saying it's on my bill. Yes, I repeat myself a lot. It's because more often than not, people aren't paying attention to the deeper point, and they're like, all they're hearing is what they don't want to hear, so they get mad. So that's why I repeat myself, guys. But yeah, so a very distinct marker here about the connectivity. And the idea is that there is no false movement. Okay? No false movement. No false sincerity. Adamant. In other words, it cannot move into a non-movement structure again. Other than that, they will connect with you. Okay? The Knight of Wands is here. They are interested, yes. The idea is, again, no faulty structure of movements. In other words, if this is going to move, it needs to move without a bunch of bullshit attached to it. Now, if it was just these two, I'd be very, very concerned. That's a false pretense of moving forward. The Tower says, no. Whatever it is that happened between us before cannot be the same. It cannot be the same. Otherwise, I have as much energy as you to move forward. So long as, again, there is no false pretense for moving forward. If it's going to move forward, it needs to move forward. If it's not gonna, then don't bother. Because it's like, we've been there, we've done that. Okay? That's it. You know? No false structures about emotional attachment. No false structure about emotional movement. It either is or it isn't. It's either got somewhere to move or it doesn't. Okay? And you seem to be expressing your particular truth that makes you feel good about you. And it seems to be enough for them to understand that that might be the case. That's a lot of insistence, but it's honest. This person's what you might call brutally honest, I suppose. Their energy is kind of strong-willed, and it does seem to know what's right and wrong for them. It seems like they lost their way here. In terms of, there's nothing developing between us, and I turned a blind eye to that for a long time. Or nothing's being allowed to develop, or nothing's being allowed to be expressed, and hence this. No falseness of movement or direction. If we can blow that dynamic up, cool. I'll meet you where you are. Okay? No false emotionality, no false sincerity, none of that. I care about you crap, right? That's the most generic form of emotional expression. I'm not a big fan of it. Most people aren't. It's like, I care about you. You know, it's, what does that mean, right? So, no emotional platitudes. I guess I'm trying to explain it to you in a way that makes sense. No emotional platitudes, no emotional falseness, no saying I love you when you don't mean it, right? No saying we're going to do more or be more when we don't really have the aptitude or energy for it. It has to be honest. Okay. Very, very honest with a sense of direction attached to it. All right, so that's some very strong energy coming from this person. Strong-willed, like I said. Like I said, somebody here has a very strong sense of this is me. All right, let's see that King of Pentacles, please. Show me that King of Pentacles. Very strong energy of take it or leave it. I don't think they mean to be like that, but they're saying they have enough experience in the situation to prompt that construct. You know? There's enough here to prompt it. So it's not without rhyme or reason, you know? Let's see that King of Pentacles. 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 And you respond, like I said. What did I say, guys? Cutting out the resistance makes you feel a lot better. So whatever it is they're asking for, you're like, I get it. Okay. What happens after that, guys? I have no clue. It seems to me like this is enough to be getting on with. Let's see that King of Pentacles. Let's see that King of Pentacles. Let's see that King of Pentacles. Two of Swords, confusion. I don't know what to do. Three of Pentacles, the Tower. We have the acknowledgement here that I didn't know what to do, so we called this friendship, and that blew up in our face, right? So I don't know who that is. It's either you or them. There's a lot of power energy here, like I said, between the shared or the commonalities between your structures. And there's definitely more than one figure here. One person distinctly said, I didn't know what to do with this. I called it a friendship, and boom, that shit blew up in my face. And typically that's what happens with these strong connections. And I'm not trying to laugh at that. It's just I see it all the time, guys. You have to understand this is back of hand energy reads to me. We take these strong connections, put them in the friendship box, and we wonder why it blows up. So everybody's been through it in some way. It may not have been a strong lover's connection, but you get the idea. You call somebody a friend when they're not. You know there's a hell of a lot more going on between you two. Energetically, emotionally, so on and so forth, but we're just not always in the ability to claim it, because the King and Queen of Pentacles tend to be very claiming, which is why they are often associated with selfishness, but possessiveness. And that's if the energy turns bad. Positively speaking, claiming is like, this is mine and I know it. I can step up to it because I want to keep it. I'm interested in cultivating it and keeping it around. So when the King, Queen of Pentacles want to claim something, it's because the idea is it grows with me. You know. But here we have a situation we couldn't fully claim, but we tried to keep it. Make sense? And that blew up. That shit blew up. So when this person, again, I'm not picking on anybody or making judgment calls. When they said no false pretense for movement, this is kind of what we're talking about. You see how they're playing off of each other? No false pretenses for movement. That includes calling someone a friend when they're not. Again, that's false movement. I'm calling you a friend in order to justify the connection and give it something, just not too much. But we both know between the two of us there's a hell of a lot more than that. So this person, while they're showing a slowness, they don't want to go too fast in this, they're also saying having stayed in that Four of Cups in a stagnant situation went on way too long. And so that means you both tried to play, let's call each other friends game, right? They admit that, and that's why I think they said the bill's on them. You know, the tab's on me. I got enforced ascending. And again, just to tie it back to your original opening, you're saying you've thought about all that and you understand. So again, the Leo I'm looking at is not pissed off with this. You understand. So this is either yours or it's not. Okay? No accusations or judgments about who did what, said what, and who's at fault. I'm reading the cards today, guys. And so whoever had that has the idea that, okay, I didn't know how to fully claim this, give my time, energy, intention to it, devote to it, claim it. Called it friends, shouldn't have done that. Yeah, that's true for the both of you. That's true for the both of you. You see that now. So do they. So that means you two, relatively speaking, have the same amount of insight, which is why sometimes things need to end so we can understand these things. It's just common, guys. It's normal. It's just normal. I'm not saying anything so outstanding here that can't be fixed, so long as two people gain insight. I see people want to fix things with their people all the time, but if somebody's lacking in the knowledge, no insight, I don't know what happened. I just think they were having a bad day, so they broke up with her. Whatever. Okay, that's not somebody who we want to reconnect with because they have next to no insight. These are two people who do. These are two people who do. Okay? So yeah, there's a lot going on here emotionally, spiritually, energetically, and it has the potential to in the 3D once more. The point is, guys, I only encourage connections, resume, pick up where they left off, because they're not picking up where they left off. That's the only time I encourage it, is that two people have learned. That's it. But you know, pick up where they left off, minus the crap, but with improvement, you know? Resting, healing on this, about that movement, about that direction. Show me strength, please. That's you. Show me strength, please. Or it could be you're both very strong-willed. I kind of got the hints of that. You know how it is when you drink a new coffee at a new place, and you're that coffee person, right? Some of us are called coffee snobs, and that's okay. I can live with that. That's fine. I don't care. I don't care about labels. You can go ahead and call me coffee snob. But this is me. Whenever I'm trying a new coffee at a coffee place, this is me. I get a hint of vanilla undertones. Possibly. I'm that person. I know it sounds like an asshole thing, but to me it's an investigation thing. I got to find out. You know? And that's what I'm saying. You both kind of had, in the separation mode, the assessment to reapproach it, and it's like we're picking up particular flavor notes that perhaps we missed the first time. Do you see what I'm saying? There's that sense in here that you're both evaluating, okay, and perhaps approaching it that, yeah, it's a cup that's familiar to you both, but we're not going to reapproach it like we already know the contents. I want to rediscover it a little bit. Excuse me, oh dear. Strength, show me strength, show me strength. Where is it, baby? What is that? No, she's so sweet. All right, there it is. There it is. There's that resistance. I saw it right here with you with the 5 of Wands. Okay, I'm cutting that out, and it makes you very happy to do so. We don't resist the truth, particularly of that strong connection. Yes. 7 of Cups, trying to be open towards it in terms of really identifying the feelings. Yes, frustrations are in there, but so too is love and the willingness to understand, because it is indeed strong. So this is the both of you. So you both are strong-willed characters, as I said very early on. You two are both strong-willed characters. So there's resistance in both parts. I feel like they had a different level of frustration. I think yours was to better understand your feelings towards this. So once you cut that out, you feel a lot better. Okay? Gives you a lot more confidence. And their frustration, I believe, was coming from a sense of lack of growth, particularly where the emotions are concerned. As we saw here, that is the definition of lack of emotional growth. Okay? And that happened over a period of time. And that's where this person's frustration was born. Okay? So there it is. There's the resolution of differences at the spiritual level. Okay? All right. Again, Lovers is here. All right, let's check out that Hierophant, please. Let's check out that Hierophant. Okay. Let's see that Hierophant, please. Show me that Hierophant. Let's see that Hierophant, please. Show me the Hierophant. The 9 of Swords. stress, worry, temperance, Three of Wands. Okay, I like that. That's a good admission. I like that. It's a good admission. As you commit, the both of you, to healing towards this, temperance there and here, you commit to the healing, it eases the stress and anxiety considerably. There's also that sense in you that this is going to take time. Okay? They're saying the same thing. They have one point. You're meeting that particular point. And you both have a basic agreement that if you commit, the both of you, to understanding each other better, the stress will come down, at least considerably for one person, specifically the anxiety. But yeah, with the commitment to healing, the Three of Wands, the recognition, yeah, it's going to take time. But I can do it. Okay? We can do it. The both of you can do it. I completely agree. But yeah, it's going to take time. It's going to require patience. Especially if you two are so strong-willed, and there is a delicate dance here. And let's make tango. Tango. What about tango? I literally said delicate dance, but I don't know why tango came to mind. What about tango? It's a delicate dance. It's passionate. Oh yes, tango is very passionate. It's artistic. It's beautiful. It has a free... It's a very specific dance, but when you look at it visually, it has a very free form. But it's not. It takes work and practice and practice and practice to make it look that easy. Some of you always wanted to learn tango. This person reminds you of tango? I don't know where that came from. But yeah, it's going to be a delicate dance, and it's going to require a certain level of commitment on both sides to heal and understand each other without making assumptions. But yeah, I would call that progress. This is what we call, in therapy world, progress. Okay. I like your energy. I like specifically how it feels better when you don't resist the truth of your feelings. Again, not an accusation. They seem to have more confidence about this and connecting with you on one proviso, and that is no false illusions of emotional movement. You either feel a certain way or you don't. Right? And between the two of you, yeah, I'd say you're both a little bit... Just don't call each other friends. Admit to each other what you are to each other. Dare yourself to use labels and feelings. You'll be alright. You'll be alright. Commit to the dance. Okay. Okay. Oh. No. Unrequited feelings. It seemed that way at the time. I know. In fact, I don't even know why I put that. I think that's actually not true. I think from this person's point of view, the feelings were unrequited because they're the ones who had the kind of outspoken agreement. A ton of time has passed, and I participated in this too. They admit that. But the reason I exited it, even if I did it roughly, is because I understood that there was no emotional development, or you and I are not on the same page. What do I say about the Four of Cups all the time, guys? We're upset and disappointed. Why? Typically because we're not on the same page with somebody emotionally. Turns out you were, right? The resistance to express it, however, that was there. And now it's not. At some point in the future. That's all I wanted. Just no falseness around feelings. But tell me that there was some movement. Okay? You'll be fine. But yeah, they were convinced, somebody here was convinced that there was unrequited feelings, and they probably feel like an idiot for having participated in it a long time, but it's not true. There was. Let's requite, like I said, let's requite those feelings. Yeah. Okay. New love. Oh, okay. Interesting. New love is here. And it's a third-party situation. Okay. For some of you, when you last connected with this, perhaps this opportunity for somebody, for some of you, this represented a time in your life, or somebody's life, their life, somebody's life of new love. However, somebody here might have been tied to someone else. Hence the friendship box. And hence the suppression of feelings. I'm not here to judge. I'm here to understand. I don't know what the situation is today. I can only see it where it was coming from. How you two have yet to define it in future, I could not say. But committing to healing, more or less as adult energies, and trying to understand each other, that's all I see for you two. But yeah, it might, whoever this is, you, them, somebody represented as a new love, and it might have come in as a third party. Okay. These things do happen. And I can see why there was a lack of emotional growth or a sense of unrequited feelings here. And that's probably why they're showing me the harshness of their energy. I have to exit. I made it very clear from the beginning, guys. This person said, I am exiting this. I consolidated that in me, and I'm being rough about it, and I'm sorry, but it's something I have to do. It's a karmic shit. I have to do it. They kept saying it's on me, it's on my tab. So if they feel like the third party person, or they were indeed the third party, that's probably where that sense of ownership is coming from. They said they hung around long enough to understand that we're not on the same page. There is no emotional development. I probably have the feelings, you probably have none. Turns out that wasn't true. And we're learning that, and we'll be expressing something along that lines in future. Just because two people reconnect, and they've learned, and they've healed, doesn't mean it's going to go beyond that. Sometimes it is just indeed to reconcile feelings and to smooth tensions, especially with these stronger connections. They mean something to us, and sometimes we reapproach them in order to get in a better standing with them than when we last left them. Understand? So I don't know if the situation here in that respect is ongoing. I know it passed orientation. I'm sure it did touch upon, for some of you, not all of you, emphasis, third-party notes for somebody. Sure. Whether or not it's that way in present day, I could not say. But I also don't see either one of you leaning in that direction in present day. You just feel better for having expressed yourself. They said no false pretenses of emotional expression. And between the two of you, there is something like this. Okay, kind of like this. Handshake. With an agreement to give this time, commit to the healing. The stress and tension goes down between you two. That doesn't necessarily mean it's an ongoing relationship, or perhaps it could be. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know. That's for some of you, not all of you. You have to remember with the Oracle, guys, they're bridges in between the main story. Those bridges may or may not connect your dots. So take what resonates, leave it does not. All right. Anything else in here, please? That's what I'm saying, maturity level. Again, I do what I do for a reason, guys. I don't know if you touched up on some of the words I was using. There's a certain level of maturity between you two that says you're both strong-willed. You're both kind of used to exercising your wills. You're both expressing a certain level of maturity about this, and that you're approaching it from a construct of we both have sides, we both have opinions, we both have rightness, we both have wrongness. We can at least try to leave each other feeling better about this than when we last left it. There's no sense of obligation after that in regards to any sorts of relationship, romantic or otherwise. It's certainly just, I think, a representation of maturity level where you both, or how far you both have come in reflection upon this. Okay? And there you go. Sometimes requiting feelings, just the simple act of expressing them, can heal a lot of wounds, and you can leave it at that. Just for some reason that doesn't occur to people, and I don't know why. But yeah, it's a certain level of maturity here. You know, I was afraid. Somebody acted robotic because they were afraid. Somebody acted mechanical or like they didn't care because of fear. Okay? That could actually apply to either one of you. You, and not fully expressing your feelings. Them, and when they pushed off like this. Perhaps it did apply to a little bit of both of you. Okay? All right. Somebody did accuse the other person of going through the motions, that you don't really mean it, or I don't mean shit to you, kind of like that. So there could have been an accusation of someone being robotic, like you just don't care. You know, I have enough evidence here. You clearly don't care the same way I do. Something like that. Anyway. And then since it happened, somebody might be feeling robotic. You know, nothing's been the same since. I mean, again, for the both of you, I think a little bit, yeah. There's a longing to step forward. I'm saying that right now, more in present day. There's that longing to step forward, I believe. Okay. Let's do some charms. The letter E and I. The medallion of Aries, the medallion of Leo, you. Two E's. Two E's and an I. Courageous, though. The Aries medallion is upside down, and that's their core word here in these medallions is courageous. Okay, so some of you, you might have some Aries in your chart, you know. That sense of being courageous. Perhaps it's them. I don't know. Yeah. I see that little bit of resolve over here. I believe in you to open this back up. Like I said, if anything, just to get it back into a state of balance. Better from where you both last left it. Again, that denotes maturity. Okay? No, just drop all pretense of obligation or agendas after that. It's just a certain level of maturity to reapproach this, if nothing else, to get it back in good graces. Charming, the word charming, which is associated with Libra. And then we also have the letter R and the letter A. Okay, Leo, honey, I do hope this helped you. Put in the comments as you see fit. If you, your message obviously comes out after Thanksgiving. So I'm doing a lot of work ahead of time. But if you recognize Thanksgiving, I realize not everybody is American. I understand that. It's just in the States, it is kind of a big holiday. But the reason I'm pointing it out is just do be safe. I hope you had a happy, healthy, safe Thanksgiving, as traveling is crazy at this time of year. So I hope it was safe and that it was spent in good company. You guys, put in the comments. Take care. Be well.